How can I have a long life? Now, the picture here is meant to be a joke. I would not recommend smoking to have a long life. However, it is proof that every rule has its exceptions. There is an exception to every rule. And this little old lady proved it. Now, back to how can I have a long life? We are not going to talk about nutrition or exercise. We know all these things. Let's look at it from a metaphysical point of view. The easiest way to have a long life is to have healthy thoughts, and thoughts that are focused on life and living. For instance, 90% of our thoughts are focused on getting old, being comfortable when we get old, and dying. So when 90% of our thoughts are focused on this, we program the body to get old and to die. When we are in our 20s and we are told we need to get a job with a future, a job with good health benefits in case we get sick, and a job with a good pension, we believe these stupid people that tell us these things. Usually we call these stupid people mum and dad. We believe these people, and that is when we start programming the body to start aging. And then we stay in a company we don't like anymore. Maybe we liked it in the beginning. But when a certain job or a certain company or a certain career has nothing more to give us, the soul gets bored. So eventually we get bored as well. And we stay there because we think of the pension. This alone makes the body even older, because when we do things we don't like, our cells shrivel up. They become like dried fruit. They're still fruit, but they are dried. And this is difficult to keep the body young. So we do need to focus on those things as well. Nutrition is maybe 50%, but our thoughts are the other 50%. Also, we say silly things like, okay, I'll give you an example. I travel a lot for this job, and sometimes because I don't know how to get there, I get a taxi. And sometimes I'll start talking with the taxi driver. Almost every taxi driver in every city of the world will ask this question: are you married? I say, no. Why not? And then I reply, I prefer the single life. And every single taxi driver will answer with this question: and what? You're going to die alone? Nobody cares if I'm going to live alone. They just don't want me to die alone. I don't know where they picked this logic up from. If I live 100 years, single and free, I don't mind my last 10 minutes of dying. I really don't. So where does this logic come from? Are you going to die alone? Unless two people die in a car accident, everybody dies alone. So many times we die and no one is there. Unless two people die in the same car accident, sorry. So stop saying phrases like, are you going to die alone? And say, no, I'm going to live alone. When death comes, I don't care how I die. I only care how I live. Focus on live rather than die. And this way, you're programming your body that it is meant to live. Because now, we always program our body that it is meant to die. that it has come here for old age and death. And this is what follows, because this is all we talk about. So yes, again, apart from the exercise and healthy food, think of life and you will live very long. Also, do what you like. Do the things you like. And all the bad things that have happened to you, don't get stuck there and keep whining about them. That this happened to me and that happened to me. They happen to you to make you wiser. If you get stuck at those bad things, of course you're going to start aging again. You don't see them as experiences. You see them as something bad that happened to you. So again, your cells start to shrivel up. Of course, you see them like this because you think that if you keep telling people something bad happened to you, people will love you. I've told you this before. I've mentioned this before. It's never going to happen. So stop it. Stop whining about the bad things that happen to you and start living. Start talking about life. And then you are guaranteed a long life. Now, there's another thing too. I've noticed most people that complain about their work, complain about their home, meaning their marriage or their family, complain about their parents, complain about the country they're in, complain about politics. Those are the people that do not want to die, that are afraid of death. Why are you afraid of death if you don't like anything in your life? This doesn't make sense either. If there's nothing you like, why do you want to live long? So you can suffer longer? Let go. And go back home. See, try and put some logic in your thought. You complain about everything in your life, but you don't want to die. But you don't like your life. Why would you want to live if you don't like your life?